Hello, if you watched the last video and us explaining why we're not travelling at the moment, you will be pleased to see that I'm hooked up and I'm ready to go away. And this is what we are currently left with.
Mirror? No mirror.
To fix the problem, they had to get into this screw. They rang Clearview and said, how do we get into that screw? And they said, well, you need to break the mirror. So you can see where they've actually had to dig behind. They broke the mirror, they fixed it, rang Clearview and said, where's the replacement mirror? And they said, oh, we haven't sent one. Now I'm going away because it's been 5 weeks walking around the house. So I'm going to go to the local national park. I'm going to take the Starlink. I'm just going to use the dial up so that John can actually ring me from the national park if the mirror comes in, and I will happily pack up whatever day it is and come back. All right?
Hey, hold on. Oh. I was talking to this guy the other day. He overdosed on Viagra. Hardest day of his life, he said.
Oh, God. Well, that was a short drive, and I'm here out at Namadgi at Honeysuckle Campground. Now, I'll be truthful, I really wanted to go to Aurora Valley Campground, but it seems to have been closed just random 2 days, today and tomorrow. It just has it crossed out on their booking forms. So I thought I'll just come here instead. There's only one car here. I haven't seen anybody since I arrived. This is where caravans are supposed to go. And it's taken me a while to figure out how they expect you to park. Obviously, I have to disconnect because I'm in the middle of the access road at the moment. But I guess what I'm saying, I don't think I'm articulating it very well. Driving through here, and this is obviously a site. It's not wide enough to back in. You're still hanging over, or I was, on the most even bit. If I drove in like this, I can't really get to be off this road. I can't get my kitchen out far enough. And it's not really deep enough to get a good turn in that you're completely off the access road. Then I'm guessing this is another spot down here. It's really sloping. I don't know if you can see, but it slopes down. So once again, for my kitchen, it's not going to be great. You have this little loop bit here, but to be honest, if a big van comes in, that's quite a tight turn for them to do that, to go in and out. So I would assume most people would use this whole bit here. But this looks like it's also another caravan spot or trailer spot. But how you camp here and stay off this access road is beyond me. I mean, for me, I really don't want to be underneath these guys. I just think with the winds that we've been having and stuff, it's asking for trouble. I also don't want to be a nuisance. I think it's unlikely anybody else will come and camp out here in midweek, windy, and it's actually cold. It's 13 degrees at the moment, but I still want to be respectful. There's plenty of magpies already hanging around, obviously looking for food. They live at a picnic area, they know what they're doing. Made it to the end of that fire trail, and boy am I glad that I didn't decide to walk up that. It's pretty steep in parts and just an old fire trail, not much to see along the way. But I'm here at the Auroral Ridge, which is known as Legoland. It says it is 2 kilometre, 1 hour, a grade 3. The size of these boulders, they just look like they're guarding something. Look at all the dieback. No wonder they're trying to get people to wash their shoes. Wow. Look at that. Oh. Huge. Wow. Before we keep walking down there, oh, look at this. It looks like it's just split in half, the rock. Totally. Somebody could glue them back together maybe. Huh. So it must have just got too top heavy. There you go. Absolutely amazing. There's my little marker. I'm going to head this way. I'm definitely taking my time and keeping an eye out for snakes, because the track is the sunniest, warmest part at the moment. Well, that was a big one, and it just went into that hole so quickly I didn't even have time to press record, and now you wouldn't even know it's hiding there. So I'm going to walk quickly back so it can come out and sun itself again. Oh, we've got options. Dangerous cliff edge. Legoland cave that way, or Legoland lookout this way. We'll go the lookout first, hey? We must be close. Oh my. Woohoo! Look at this. Wow. As far as you want to see. Oh, it's so cold up here. That wind is just bitter. And there's so many crevices to walk through. Then you just come to another bit. No wonder they put the warning. Look at that, straight down. Woo. But right up along that valley. We've seen the lookout and it was pretty spectacular. Let's go and see what this cave is supposed to be all about. I don't think it'll be very far away because the cliff isn't very far away. I think when we may have been up there for the lookout, the other side of that rock. Oh, this looks exciting. Before we go in, look at this. It's a cave out of boulders as the roof. How cool is this? Nice, and definitely rock climbers use it. Gosh, it goes in under there. This is just pretty cool looking. Okay, I think you're supposed to climb up there, but I'm not going to. So here I am, and look. It just towers over me. The rock face just goes up and up and up. And then there's just boulders letting slits of sunlight through till you come to this bit. Like that one's wedged in, but as you go up, look at that one just hanging. Wow. Wow, what a really cool walk. It was just lovely. I must admit, I'm surprised that there was no birds or anything, but I guess the wind is blowing and howling. I feel really windswept. I wouldn't dare take my hat off. I don't know what my hair would be doing underneath my hat because it was just howling, absolutely howling, and it was cold. So it's so strange because now I'm back at the car park. There's no one else here, and it's actually quite warm. I feel like I should take my jumper off. I'll go back down to camp now. I'm going to drive down. Very much hoping for a lyrebird because a long time ago when I was in this area, there were quite a few lyrebirds and you could hear them, and at one stage one ran along a track that I was walking, and I thought, oh, surely, like, it's so close that there'd be one up here, but maybe it's not the right time of year, or I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go back to camp. It's probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Settle down for the afternoon, see if anybody's there, and maybe light a fire. It really depends on this wind. Good morning. My little deserted campsite wasn't so deserted by the end of day yesterday, and actually ended up really crowded. It's a very popular place. There's a tent and car over there, RV over there, camper trailer, people camping over there, and on the other side of the road, this whole car park was full of cars. They were parking on this side, and this area here was just full of tents and swags and everything, everywhere. I just can't believe there's no sign of them. I mean, it's great that they've left no trace, don't get me wrong, but wow. And now they've all obviously gotten up, packed up, and gone back to work. And I must admit, for a little while, I felt a little bit intimidated because I was literally the only woman. And I've never really been in that sort of situation, but it was just a bit strange. But everybody's friendly, and I didn't feel in danger or anything once I got over myself. But I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm the only woman in the whole camp. And I don't know what it is about this little patch of dirt, but there must be some mineral or something in it. And last night, all the roos were there licking the dirt. And then this morning, and it's specifically that bit. And I've just taken to walking around them. But they want their patch of dirt. He'll go away. And once I'm out of the way, he'll come back to that exact patch. I've driven the short way from the campground to Booroomba Rocks, or the start of the walk of it. Now you can walk from the campground, and it says it's 4 kilometres in 2 hours. And then when you get to this point, you then have to walk up Booroomba Rocks, which is an hour and a half, 2.5 Ks. So I haven't bought all my trekking gear and everything, and I wanted to bring the cameras, so I just decided that I would drive. I've got to tell you, one of the roughest roads I have ever driven. It's got ruts everywhere and potholes and the whole lot. Boy, oh boy. Look at the size of this trunk. So obviously the rangers have sawn it so you can still walk. When you go up, there's the tree up there, and look how it's broken off. That would have been such a huge fall. And it begs the question, was anybody around? Did it make any noise, I guess? Big impact on this bit of the forest. And then of course you get beautiful views. Spectacular, especially with all these bushes. They're just all flowering. Some of the gums have got flowers on them or are blooming, and there's not a soul around. It is so windy. Have a look at this though. Here I am. I'm inside the van for two reasons, recording. Number one, the wind is astronomical. It's blowing in a whole lot of cloud cover, and tomorrow it's supposed to rain, and it's just really uncomfortable outside. Oh, sorry, big fly coming in. And secondly, there's two school groups that have walked up Mount Tennant and across the ridge and arrived at the campground, and they're camping all around me, which is fine. They're quiet and respectful, but they're all just sort of staring at me continually. Now, I was staying tonight because I have been told that if you photograph up near the old tracking station, you can get spots of the aurora lights. And so I thought I'm going to sit this out. But as the afternoons got on, there's just immense cloud cover. It's really thick and it's piling and piling and piling, and there's no way I'm going to get any photos of the Milky Way. Another reason, I know this is reason number 3, is John's just rung. They have the part for the mirror and they can install it tomorrow. And then our whole Clearview mirror saga, hopefully, will be done and dusted, and we have a buyer for the car. So rather than pack up tomorrow in what's going to be a rainy morning, I've decided to pack up tonight. So on that note, I will see you on the other side.